Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I'll be talking about giving instructions and providing you with a few tips, skills, and strategies that you can implement in your class so that your expectations are met. So the first thing is giving verbal and non-verbal attention-grabbing prompts. Before I get into examples, I want to go over the importance of attention-grabbing prompts before you start speaking to the children. So something that I learned through my experiences is never talk when children are talking. Do not raise your voice over talking children. That's something you shouldn't do, and that's why it's necessary to have a range of verbal and non-verbal attention-grabbing prompts, and that's why it's important. So never ever talk over children. Don't do that, because you don't need to talk over the children. They should know that they should be quiet, and they will know if you do these prompts. A non-verbal attention-grabbing prompt is clapping. So doing a series of rhythms, and then the children will repeat them after you. You can do them 2 or 3 times, and then you will get all the children's attention. And then you may speak. A verbal attention-grabbing prompt that I like to use, and I use it all the time, that I can share as an example, is counting down. So I like to count down from 3, sometimes from 5, and sometimes from 10. The reason I count down from 10 sometimes is because the classroom is too noisy and the children need more time to settle. And when I get to from 10 to 5, and when I go from 5 to 1, I slow down. So I leave longer pauses between the numbers. So 5, 4, 3, and then sometimes I leave like 30 seconds, but that is up to you. So the second skill is to wait and scan. I kind of touched on that just when I talked about the verbal and non-verbal prompts, and that is before you speak, you wait and you scan to make sure that everybody is quiet, everybody is still, and everybody's attention is on you. Start with a verb, be short and concise. When you are giving your instructions, you want to start with a verb. So for example, that you want to tell the children to come down to the carpet. You say, come down to the carpet, or take your pencils out, or opening up to the 31st page. Short pause and scan. So this skill is, for example, when you are giving your instructions, or when you're in the middle of giving your instructions, you pause for a while so that you can let it sink in and then give your next instructions. Separate instructions from content talk. So this is just reminding you that when you give your instructions, make sure that you don't jumble them up with your content talk. Make sure you leave a little bit of gap or a little bit of pause before you move on and talk about your actual content and the things that they are going to be learning. Phrase as a direction, not a question. I believe I've been modeling this throughout the video. When I give instructions to the children, I don't ask them to do it. I don't say, can you please take out your English books? I say, take out your English books. It's more of a direction than a question, and the children know exactly what they need to do. Use thanks rather than please. So this is quite a tricky one for me personally. And what it means is that when you're giving your instructions, say for example, you don't say, please cross your legs and have your eyes on me. You say, cross your legs, eyes on me, thanks. Use a firm, calm, and measured voice. This one is fairly self-explanatory. When you give your instructions, make sure that your voice is firm, it's calm, and that you're not basically yelling at the students or raising your voice too high. First of all, that's going to hurt your throat, and it's also going to annoy the students in a way. They might not realize it, but they don't really want someone to be yelling instructions at them all the time. So make sure that when you are giving your instructions, that you are doing it in a calm, collected and measured voice. And you won't have to be yelling at the students or talking too loudly if you have their attention by doing the attention-grabbing prompts before you give your instructions. Use now if unlikely to comply. Say for example, you want to start a math session and you've already asked the children to take out their ruler, their pencil, and their math book as a whole class. And you see that a student hasn't done that and you're already 10 minutes into your lesson, for example. So you go up to that student and you don't tell them, take out your math book or take out your ruler. You go up to them and firmly, in a calm, measured voice, tell them, take out your math book now. Walk away and let that student make the right choice and give them the chance to make the right choice. So the last thing that I want to leave you with in this video is a quick tip. So before giving your instructions, there is something you can do to get the children tuned in and listening to what you want them to do. And I use this one all the time. I say, when I say go, insert instructions, go. So I say to the students, when I say go, I want you to take out your math book, take out a pencil, and sitting with your arms crossed to show me you're ready. Go. Now, the children most of the time will be tuned in and wanting to hear that go so they can just run for it and do exactly what you've asked them. It's almost like a game for them, like a competition. And it's very rewarding for them, and it's very rewarding for you as a teacher because you've got everybody doing exactly what you want them to do. In the next video, I will be touching more on weighting and scanning, as that is a skill that is very important and very effective if you can master it and do it when appropriate.